It might surprise you to hear this, but a 2-degree adjustment could revolutionize the ministry of your church, could move you towards organic outreach. The 2-degree rule is really about vectoring. It's about saying, boy, if the focus of our church, if the needle of the compass of our church points to due north, and it does, and in the local church, that due north tends to be us. The reality is the needle of the church points towards us and our needs and our wants within the church. But the 2-degree rule is saying, can we take that time, money, energy, all the focus of the church, and not just focus to us, but also vector a couple of degrees out and shoot that energy out into our community. The 2-degree rule is all about saying, what are we already doing well for us in the church? Because the people in our church have needs and concerns. We're doing great ministry. What are we doing well that we can now vector out into our community? This began to be a reality for me when I was sitting with a team of leaders at my church in Michigan that I served for 14 years. And one of the people, as we were trying to think, how do we reach our community? One person said, well, you know, there's a ministry we're doing that we've been doing for us for 107 years. That focus of the needle, us, north, we've been doing this for 107 years for us. What if we offered it to our community? Here was the ministry. Bring meals to people in times of need. When people in our church, us, when we would go through surgery, when a woman would have a baby, for 5 to 7 days, people would bring them meals. And they loved that, and people loved doing it. And this woman said, what if we offered our community that same service? What if we told a church member, if you have a neighbor or a friend who doesn't know Jesus, but they just had surgery or just had a baby, could we bring them meals for 5 to 7 days? And everyone thought about it and said, why didn't we think of that? Why didn't we think of this 107 years ago? Why are we so focused on us? And we simply vectored out, we took that energy, moved it a couple of degrees out into the community. It was revolutionary. It showed a love and a grace and a concern. It built bridges to people. And you know what? We didn't have to add any staff. We didn't have to add any money or resources. We didn't have to add any personnel. It was already in place. We just changed our thinking. We took what we were already doing for us and we offered it to our community. You can do that. Just take time in your church, look at everything you do well, and ask this question: can we vector this out into our community a couple of degrees and begin to send the love and grace and care of Jesus with things we're already doing? That's the 2-degree rule. Give it a try and see what happens in the life of your church.